Oh. Thank you for coming. Really happy to make this happen. I just wanted to present to you guys in-house conversations presented by Microsoft. My name is Hxouse. I'm head of housekeeping. To all those trolls who are on social media who last week said this must be an April Fool's joke, the joke's on them for not registering. Because you guys are here and they're not. So give yourselves a round of applause for believing in us. Today will take us on another historical journey as creatives who make things happen out of nothing. We started the show, I just wanted to get some housekeeping out the way. What is Hxouse? Hxouse is a think center located inside of Artscape Daniel's Launchpad. What we found in our journey is we all have these great places to shop, eat, party, but nowhere to think. Thinking is the most fundamental thing we do as human beings. Good or bad actions come from our thoughts. We don't all have the answers and we don't know everything, but through our relationships and our networks, we felt like we could find individuals who do. So in addition to our multidisciplinary academic program at Hxouse, we continue to spark our transition of bringing great speakers to the space to answer thoughts and questions about things you always wanted the answers to, but you didn't know where to get them. So that's kind of what we wanted to do as a vision here. We never thought we'd get this much support when we first started Hxouse. We kept our head down, we kept focusing and diligently worked to make sure we focused on every important detail to create something we could all be proud of. Along this journey, I would carry this thing with me, right? Everywhere we'd go, me and Lamar backstage, I would just carry this, show him the project, keep going. You know, his favorite places were like, meet me backstage or meet me in the parking lot. And we just kind of come up with ideas. Sometimes 3 in the morning, I'd bring it to the club so I could get a signature on something. And people thought I was a DJ, so it was cool. People, you know what I mean? So it was really amazing when you get approached by a company that you actually use their product, right? Because they approached me and said, you know, we really believe in you guys and what you're doing and the unimaginable impact you're having on the next generation of creative entrepreneurs. So for that reason, Microsoft supported us and said, how can we help you amplify your voice? So I wanted to thank Microsoft for stepping up and doing that for us. So for that reason today, we're here, which is why I'm excited to announce this collaboration. It's going to be one of the most authentic experiences the creative community could participate in. With no cost to the audience due to the generosity of Microsoft, this is a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity for young creatives everywhere to leverage these workshops, panels, to open doors and launch and grow their own ventures. I want to thank the Microsoft team, Travis, Vice President of Consumer Devices at Microsoft, and his incredible team, Lori, Rebecca, who fought for this and made it all possible. Another housekeeping note that I wanted to share with you all today is there's so many people that have done the remarkable things to make Hxouse matter, and we'd not be sitting here today if they did not join us on that journey. I wanted to thank our sister Eva, who has painstakingly sacrificed everything she could imagine to join our journey. She put countless hours in every attention to detail that you're seeing here today, and she did it with grace. And when Lamar approached her of coming to work for Hxouse, she said, let me take a 24-hour nap. And she woke up, and after that said, I will leave my career in marketing because I feel like with Hxouse, I can do more. So thank you, Eva. These powerful titans of industry, I can't leave the stage without celebrating our own. So today we celebrate you, Eva. Finally, for those who have met our students at Hxouse or been to some of our programming at Hxouse, we've seen some of the most remarkable talent and young minds in Canada has ever seen, and who are putting projects and products together in less than a day that some of the big giant companies in this room are sitting here can't do in a month. So with that being said, you know, when we say we wanted to change our game, we did so by investing in the future, and that's our young people. So why I encourage everyone who came to this room today who are in a position to hire, I want you guys to look around and hire our students, because I bet the Hxouse any day that our students will kill it. So thank you guys for that. Hiring a big agency to tell you what millennials want, do something crazy. Hire a millennial and ask them yourselves. It doesn't make any sense, right? So lastly, we don't know what men want, we don't know what women want, but we learn by listening. That's what we do every day at Hxouse. We listen to our students, we listen to our faculty, we listen to our tenants, we listen to our advisors. And that's who leads us, and we're stronger because of it. So thank you guys for coming. I'm going to bring my brother Joaquim on the stage to get the party started.
Okay, how's everyone feeling?
Great!
Okay, one more time. How's everyone feeling? Okay. So, thank you, Ahmed, for setting the tone here, and again, thank you, Microsoft, for joining us on this journey. It's been one of those things where all we've wanted to do from the get-go is put amazing people in a room together and listen to them talk, and hopefully impart knowledge to the next generation of people who are going to be doing the actual next generation of stuff. So this is a huge honor for us to have everyone here, and I just want to do a little bit of like reflection quickly for 5 minutes with you guys. So when we had open house, we had an amazing success with it. We were feeling really galvanized. We were like, all right, we got to jump into the next thing. We wanted to make sure that this next thing that we did was something that was continual and it kept happening. So we started devising this idea for these 12 months of programming, these 12 months of conversation, and it spiraled and it turned and it became a battle back and forth of what is that going to look like, who are we going to bring on. And for me personally, it's super important. I grew up in this city. I come from a family of artists, so I have like big boots to fill. My mom, who's in the audience, you guys might have known her from children's television shows. She kind of like haunted my whole generation and was in that stuff. She was an artist, a singer, an actor, and an activist. She's been countlessly on boards, both for ACTRA and for youth organizations trying to get minorities and other lesser known and lesser heard voices heard loudly. My aunt is a singer, a jazz singer, also an activist. She created a festival in the 90s called Kumbaya Festival, which raised millions of dollars for AIDS research in Toronto at a time when that was still something that wasn't talked about and was stigmatized. My uncle Clark Johnson, he is a actor, director, producer. He's been a huge quiet voice of getting black stories and stories that are not generally heard on film, and has been a huge mentor, low-key. So my family's been doing all this crazy stuff low-key for a long time. So this word activist for me kind of isn't what it is normally for a lot of people, where it's like this loud, aggressive thing. It's been filtered into me, and it's more about how do we make lasting impact to people. I'm so proud to call Lamar and Ahmed my brothers because they come from a community in Toronto that for a long time was not heard at all. So the fact that when they did this initiative, the response that we got from that community was huge. They felt comfortable, they felt welcome in this space. A lot of spaces in Toronto are not necessarily always a welcoming place for people that don't see themselves represented all the time. So this space has been a home for that, and it's something we really strive for. And I want to give a round of applause to all of our students who come through these doors, because it's a really amazing step that they take to show up here. So can I give we at Hxouse have like a big proponent, and we're big believers in the idea. We don't care where that idea comes from. You know, we don't look at the traditional markers of we need to have metrics of this many people here, that many people there. What we really believe in is the strongest idea and the best people. So that's what we fill our place with, and that's what I'm hoping we're gonna be able to fill your guys' minds with tonight, and I hope you guys leave inspired. In December after Hxouse, I approached a really good friend of mine named Olivia Perez, and I said, Olivia, I need people, I need ideas, I need options of interesting folks to come to this, speak to our students, to kind of grow with us. She jumped into it. She'd come to our open house. She left fully inspired, like everyone else who came through these doors. She said, I want to help any way I can. So we kicked around names, we kicked around ideas. Olivia's busy. She runs a business, multiple businesses, and she's a writer, writing for Forbes.com, New York Times, etc. So she gave me time to actually think about this process and really went through it with me. And the thing we kept landing on was these powerful names. They so happen to be female. And we didn't want to make this a thing about, okay, we're going to make a female panel and it's going to be this thing. No, these were the voices that kept ringing loudest to us. And through a lot of hard work and preservation, we got a lot of these people in a room. It took a long time, and we're really, really happy to do this. So I want to bring up Olivia Perez to introduce this panel.
I came here in November for the opening and was absolutely blown away. I started my entrepreneurial journey when I was about 20 years old, and I've had my fair share of ups and downs, as I'm sure many of the women on this panel today have. So I'm really grateful to be here and be talking openly and transparently about what it means to be an entrepreneur in 2019. So I'd like to introduce everybody to come outside and come outside and introduce themselves. Thank you so much to Hxouse for having all of us. I am truly astonished at the lineup of women that are sitting here right now. And thank you to Microsoft as well for making this come to life. It's been an incredible journey working with the guys at Hxouse. They are luminaries of this next generation. And I'm really excited because I think that this here